then. Look, I'll see you next Thursday, eh? You naughty, naughty boy. Come on, my lovelies. Up and at 'em.
Morning. Wasn't expecting you up so early.
I've got a very busy day today.
Right. Well, I don't want to hold you up. Thought you might like a cup of tea or a mug even. At least it's made of bone china.
Would you leave it on the filing cabinet, please?
So how are you feeling today?
Surely that's the question I should be asking you. Don't be shy, take a seat. I shall be with you in a moment.
Oh, crikey. Oh, one of my old punters used to fancy her. Used to get me to stand there in the nude and talk about the weather while he cleaned out his pipes. Ooh, mine was the easiest 50 quid I ever made. Right. Come on, you two. Here. Go out, get yourself some fresh air and something to eat. My treat, all right? Well, come on, shift yourself. See you later, girls.
All right. Sorry to keep you waiting. I know it's in here somewhere.
What are you looking for? Can I help at all?
The stethoscope. Sorry. Lost my head for a second. I've been under rather a lot of pressure recently.
It happens to the best of us. I quite understand.
Yeah. I'm sure I can manage without it. What seems to be the problem?
Ruth, it's me, Dr. Carter.
No. We've been through this before. This is your illness talking. Stop looking at me like that.
Like what?
I know your game. You're trying to undermine my confidence, confuse me, steal my patience. Well, I'm not going to let you join me. I want you to get out.
Ruth.
I said get out!
Heston, how is she this morning?
Well, I need your help. I don't know what to do.
What's happened?
Well, she's more coherent than yesterday, but she's very confused and aggressive. I think she's relapsing. I'm ashamed to say I'm completely out of my depth. Never realised how debilitating BPD can be. Do you think you could come over, or do you think I should call Henry?
No, I'll be with you in 10 minutes.
Morning!
Don't shout.
Yeah, get that down you.
Haven't you got anything stronger?
Mum?
Don't you mum me. Who do you think I am? This is all your father's fault. How dare he up and leave me like that? 30 years I've cooked and cleaned for him. Flopped up for his ridiculous furniture functions. Smiled at his garden gnomes. For better or worse. Did I ever once complain? And how does he repay me? After all the sacrifices I've made. I have needs too, you know. When was the last time he ever satisfied me in the bedroom? All this time I've told him size doesn't matter. Did I ever make a fuss? Did I? Heck. Bought myself a rabbit and made do.
Right, okay, I'm running late, so I better go. I'll try to look on you at lunchtime.
Take a seat. I'm afraid we've had some trouble tracking down your patient notes.
Ruth, it's Lily. We're not in a doctor's surgery. We're in Julia's house. This is your bedroom. You've been staying here because you're not very well.
Liar. You're playing mind games. You're trying to catch me out.
You have borderline personality disorder, Ruth. You've come off your medication. That's why you're feeling confused.
No, it's not true. I'm better now.
You were feeling much better because the medication was working.
Is that what the pharmaceutical companies are paying you to say?
No one's paying me to say anything. I'm on your side, Ruth. Look at me. Ruth? I want you to take some deep breaths. In. And out. Good. Again. In. And out. In. I'd like you to come downstairs with me. Please. I think it'll help.
Is she, Dad?
Hello, David. It's Carol. I've been doing the numbers, love, and it's all here. I'm ready when you are. I'll email you the details, okay? Bye.
Do you know where you are?
Julia's kitchen.
And do you understand what happened?
Yeah. Made a complete fool out myself. Again.
No, that's not true. You can't see it now, but you're making excellent progress. This is just a temporary setback.
She's right, as always.
Listen, I'm so sorry. You must hate me.
Don't be silly. You've nothing to apologise for.
Ruth, why did you stop taking your medication?
Thought I was better. Thought I didn't need it anymore.
But you understand now you have to keep taking it. It's very important. Good. Now stop being so hard on yourself. It takes time to accept and manage your condition. You're doing very well. I've got to get back to surgery, I'm afraid.
Don't worry. You won't be on your own. I've got the day off, haven't made any plans. You look really tired. Why don't you have a lie down in the living room? I'll be just next door.
Are you sure you're going to be all right on your own?
I'm not on my own, am I?
Come on, Dad. You must have had an address book.
You have one message. Message one.
Hi, Mr. Webber. It's Nurse Malone calling from the campus surgery. I'm just phoning to remind you that we've still got your repeat prescription at the mill.
Nurse Malone?
Action.
Cherry.
How sexually adventurous would you describe your current relationship on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very adventurous?
Well, I don't think that it works if you're single.
Well, I'll put a 5 then, shall I? Yeah. Question 3. Does size really matter? Now, luckily, I don't have to worry about that one because Rob is quite long in the shower.
Karen! Hey, how are you bearing up?
Hey, Simon, what do you think? It's important to get a male perspective. Does size really matter? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very important and 1 being not important at all.
I better go and check on my mum.
How is she?
What? You're the one who bought her a bottle of vodka?
Hello?
Oh, hey. Oh, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. What can I do for you?
Well, I was looking for Cherry Malone.
No way. Hey, how are you? Oh, that's Richard and the kids. Oh, Karen, this is Melanie Webber. She was my mentor at nursing college.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd moved back to Cornwall. What are you doing back? Your dad is going to be so excited to see you. How is he? I left him a message a couple of days ago about his repeat prescription, but he's not got back.
Well,
So.
actually, that's partly why I came to see
Oh,
you.
he's going to tell you all about his garden. Stan came out the womb with green fingers, I reckon.
He died last week. He had a heart attack.
Oh, Melanie, I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
Is there somewhere we could talk?
Why don't you two go to lunch?
Truth is, we were never particularly close. I mean, my mum was the linchpin of the family and she died 15 years ago, and after that it all became a bit of a struggle.
When was the last time that you saw him?
Christmas. I know I should have made a bit more of an effort, but you know what it's like, trying to juggle work and a family life, and since the move, I mean, didn't mean I didn't love him, though.
Of course not.
Did you see much of him at the mill?
No, not really. Checkups mainly.
And was he ever accompanied?
No?
So, didn't mention anyone? Woman, perhaps?
No. Why? What's with all the questions?
Well, it turns out that Daddy Dearest left the bulk of his money to a woman called Carol. Carol Dunderdale. I'm guessing that she was one of his students, but I've turned the house upside down and I can't find any contact details for her. Well, I wondered if you could look on the surgery database for me.
Melanie, you know I can't do that.
I have a right to know who she is. I mean, this woman's trying to con my kids out of their inheritance.
Well, you don't know that. She may have loved Stan.
She loved his money more like. I've been through his bank statements, and there's a monthly standing order going into her account. And I mean, this woman didn't even turn up at his funeral. I mean, can you believe that?
Have you checked his computer? Because if she was a student of his, he might have her email address.
I'm useless with computers, you know that.
Look, I'll come round after work and I'll help you. We'll find her, I promise.
Thank you.
Mum?
Oh, hello, darling. How was your morning? I thought you could take some of these into work. I've made gluten-free white chocolate and macadamia nut cookies and goji berry flapjacks. A little undercooked, but I know you prefer them moist. Oh, and I've made your favourite, of course. Twirly whirly chocolate cake. Go on then, tuck in. Look on the bright side. Your father might be a complete and utter pig, but at least this has given me an opportunity to spend some quality time with my favourite son.
No, I think maybe, he planned it like that.
Don't talk with your mouth full. Hang on a second, what do you mean, planned? How can he have planned it?
Well, no, I thought he had...
Simon, what aren't you telling me?
He told me last Friday.
Last Friday? You mean you've known he was planning to leave me all weekend and you didn't say anything?
I'm sorry, I just...
You know, at Rob's gym, they're starting a new class, right, where you have to crawl across the floor, exploring your inner child. What's all that about? What's the point in you moping about here all afternoon? Why don't you knock off early, go see a friend? I mean, it's dead quiet anyway. Not with you and Chuckles in there. It's starting to feel like a morgue.
Thanks, Karen. Ta-da!
Shh. What was that?
What? I didn't hear anything.
Someone's running the kitchen tap.
Who are you?
Oh, hiya. You must be Melanie. Stan showed me a photo. I'm so sorry about your loss.
I'm sorry, should I know you?
Oh, I'm Carol. Carol Dunderdale. I was a friend of your father's.
You're Carol.
Yeah, I'm the spare key holder. I popped round to pick up my computer. I'm sorry, girls, I didn't mean to frighten you.
You say you were a friend of my father's.
That's right.
What kind of friend gets paid in monthly instalments?
All right? If you want the truth, your father was a client of mine.
A client? What do you mean, a client? What kind of client?
Melanie.
I'm a prostitute. Well, I'm semi-retired, but I still see me regulars.
No, there must be some kind of mistake. You must have the wrong man. My father was an English literature professor.
Look, I'm sorry you had to find out like this, love. I think I'd better go.
You must have tricked him. Taken advantage of his good nature. I mean, how could you manipulate a vulnerable old man?
Stanley was a lonely man looking for company. Now, just because you neglected him and you're feeling guilty about it, that doesn't give you a reason to take it out on me.
What do you think you're doing?
He offered to fix it.
Don't you think you've stolen enough?
Now, I told you, it's mine.
You're not having it!
Will you just stop it, the both of you?
Your father loved you very much, you know.
Did he talk about me?
All the time. He was very proud of you. You and the kids. Tessa, who wants to be an astronaut. And Toby, who wants to be the hairdresser.
Yeah.
Look, why don't I put the kettle on and you can talk things through?
Isn't it glorious? Tchaikovsky's Waltz from Swan Lake. Nothing quite like it to get the juices flowing.
What time is it?
It's nearly 5. You must be starving. No swan, I'm afraid, but I found a chicken in the fridge, a bottle of bubbly in the car, et voilà! Coq au champagne. Oh dear, you're not vegetarian, are you? You must be quite out of sorts.
I thought that after making up with Michelle and going on your assertiveness training, all this might be over. I mean, it's never going to be over, is it? Ever. I'm going to be mentally ill for the rest of my life.
Well, you're in good company. As Aristotle said, no excellent soul is exempt from a mixture of madness. You're talking to a man who collects bow ties, who's in love with a woman who'd rather spend the evening with a fossil than a living, breathing organism. It's our follies which make us human and lovable. By which, all I really mean to say is, you're not alone.
bought that for Stan last Christmas. I was always taking the mickey out of him being slow on his feet.
How long?
Had we been seeing each other? Every Sunday afternoon for about the last 10 years. I mean, after a while, we didn't have sex anymore, but he used to come round and help me with my garden. And I'd cook lunch for him, and then we'd settle down and watch telly together. Antiques Roadshow. Or we'd do a crossword. Or Scrabble. And sometimes he would read me poetry. That geezer who always goes on about gardens.
Marvell. Andrew Marvell.
Yeah. Anyway, Sunday before last, he didn't show. Well, I knew something was wrong. I tried phoning, but, well, when he didn't answer, I came round to the house.
And you were the one that found him?
Yeah. I left just as the ambulance arrived. Well, I didn't want to answer any awkward questions. I would have liked to have gone to the funeral, obviously. But I didn't want to embarrass anyone. I'm very discreet. Or you have to be in my profession. But it's hard, you know, always being the invisible woman. You forget, in your world, we don't exist.
I miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. Oh, excuse me. Hello? David. Yes, I've got 2 lovely little girls ready and waiting. They're both 15. Oh, right. Well, I'll bring them round later tonight, all right? Great. Bye-bye.
You're pimping underage girls.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that.
To think I almost felt sorry for you.
I'm calling the police.
Here, use my phone. Press redial. It was the police that just rung me.
Thanks, Heston. That was delicious.
My absolute pleasure. Could have done with a touch more seasoning, but sadly Julia's cupboards are bereft of culinary essentials. Cheers.
It's all there in black and white. About 10 years ago, a young working girl came round and knocked on my door wanting help. She was covered in cigarette burns and badly beaten. Well, I gave her a pair of pyjamas and took her in. It all started from there, really.
You've done all this yourself?
Oh, no, it was Stan's idea. See, for years I've been taking girls in who, well, had to get away from abusive pimps or try and get over drugs. So Stan said I should open an outreach centre. Well, at first I thought he was mad. I didn't think anyone would want to know. But he helped me draft up a proposal and I took it to the social. And, well, finally we're up and running.
You're setting up a refuge?
With the money that Stan left me and a council grant and some of my savings.
I'm so sorry for the way I treated you.
Oh, right. Well, I better go. We've got 2 rooms tonight and I want to make sure my girls are settled in.
Well, could you just wait a minute?
Thanks for the tea.
I think what you're doing is amazing.
Your laptop.
Thank you.
Wanted you to have this. It's collected works of Andrew Marvell.
Oh. You should come and see us at the refuge centre. There's a lovely little courtyard garden out the back that we're going to name after Stan. I wish you could have seen it. He was a good man, your dad. I've got a picture of him on my fridge. Every time I look at it, I remember. Pick up. Ope then, mine eyes, your double sluice, and practice so your noblest use. For others too can see or sleep, but only human eyes can weep. Now like two clouds dissolving, drop, and each tear in distance stop. Now like two fountains trickle down, now like two floods o'erturn and drown. Thus let your streams o'erflow your springs, till eyes and tears be the same things, and each the other's difference bears. These weeping eyes, those seeing tears. Hello? I need the police.
Cavalry to the rescue.
Oh no.
You're a darling man.
Bottom line, you've been dumped.
That's my mother you're talking to.
Backseat driver, butt out. We're different people now.
Oh, yeah.
In the week that commemorates 70 years since the start of the Second World War, our new drama Land Girls continues at 5:15, which means that The Weakest Link is on BBC1 Scotland at 2:15 this week, with Anne waiting in the wings next.